Hey guys. So I decided to read Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell. This book is a horror novel and it is free for those of you who have KU and are interested. So the gist of this book is pretty much that there's this couple, I can't remember, newly married or newly engaged couple. They decide to go to the female male character's family's cabin in the woods in the middle of the wintertime, just to, get some little me time and settle down for the hustle and bustle of, their normal lives. Okay. Now, I love me a good cabin in the woods in the wintertime setting when things go awry. But my thing is that it can never be me. Like, what is appealing to that? We can just be in the middle of nowhere and just live and da-da-da-da. You barely made it in. And if you barely made it in, how you think you're going to get out? The same way, you're going to barely make it out with the snowstorm coming. And then what is it with people not going and checking the weather? Like, what about the weather conditions? I digress. Anyway, so I did go ahead and read the epilogue from the B-roll that you guys had seen before, prior to this. I will say that the epilogue, the epilogue was good. It was good. It was interesting. And I just got to give a special shout out to Carrot. If you read this, then Carrot. I got to give a shout out to Carrot the parrot. Like, I was here for the polar parrot. I want me one. But the epilogue was really good. If the epilogue is anything like what the book is going to be about, I'm in there. I'm about to have a good time. I am. And I need to have a good time. I need to have a good time. So that's where we are. I'm excited to get started and see how this book unfolds. I'm going to get a couple of chapters in, and then I'm going to come do a check-in. Let me see. It is one thing that I need to add. Sorry. It is one thing that I need to add. The male and the female couple, they both have, I guess I should say, they're sensitive to the paranormal. So the fiance wife, she sleepwalks, she talks in her sleep, she has these dreams that's telling her things, she talks and all of that stuff. She has night tremors, very sensitive to the other side, and she grew up like that. I believe like her dad experienced it a little bit throughout his adulthood and things of that nature. Okay, the husband or fiance, the male character, let me just say male and female. The male character, he hears things. He hears things that nobody else can hear. He had a good stint. I don't know if it was I can't remember, high school or like college, when he got like really depressed and things of that nature. And my daughter's called me. 1 second. And so he hears things. So they both do have that in common. And now they're in a cabin in the woods. But we're going to get into it and see what's going on. I'm going to read a couple more chapters of this, and then I'll do a check-in. See y'all in a bit. Okay, y'all, so real quick, if y'all hear anything in the background, it's the kid doing what the kid gonna do. Excuse the mess. I didn't mention to y'all I had surgery 4 days ago, and that's been my spot over there on the couch laying down. I'm still in a bit of pain, but we're gonna be all right. Anyway, the book is pretty much taking off quickly. We're on chapter 3 right now, and the shenanigans is already starting. So they get to the cabin or whatever, and the couple loves to hike. They're nature type people. So they realize that at the back of the cabin, it leads to multiple hiking trails. So they're like, you know what? boo, let's go check him out. You know what I'm saying? Let's go check him out. So they go up there and they checking out the hiking trails. And along the way, the wife, actually, the fiance, excuse me, y'all. I just had some water. The fiance is hearing things that the boyfriend, the male, he's not hearing. So, you know, they trucking along or whatever, and then she just abruptly stops, and she's like, look, and he like, what we looking at? So he fixes his eyes, whatever, look for it. It's this big dream catcher. Okay, it's made out of twigs and leaves, and then they notice that it got like blood on it, and it's all tied up. I'm talking about huge dream catcher from one tree to another, just in the middle of the woods. Now that would have been enough for me. It would have been enough for me. So they both like, who put this out here? Is it old? Is it new? Or whatever. So they like, you know, people got to be coming up here. Now, mind you, the snow ain't started to fall. So I guess, realistically, yeah, people could be just going up in the woods doing stuff like that. But how much time did it take for you to make a big dream catcher like that? So they're a little bit worried. So the wife is just like, I want to call the sheriff because I think somebody is messing with us. Now, mind you, the night before, her dreams had started. And this is her first night in the cabin. And her dreams had started. And she was like talking, but she couldn't really remember what was transpiring. But said husband, had noted that, oh, she started, maybe she just stressed out, it's been a long day of traveling, whatever the case may be. So yeah, so she done already started hearing the stuff. So now that night before. So they come make it back to the cabin, and as the husband is, I'm saying husband, but as he's entering into the cabin, he thinks that he hear a voice saying, why'd you go, or where'd you go? So he looking back like, huh? What? Or whatever. So now, the stuff is starting to happen. Right now, they ain't really thinking nothing about it. But at chapter 3, we already getting some action. So I'm happy about that. So far, so good, y'all. I would have been gone now. I would have seen the dream catcher, and I would have been like, okay, let's pack the car up and let's get up out of here. We're gonna go somewhere else. We not about to say, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. All right, y'all. So get back with y'all when something else happens. All right, y'all. Chapter 7. Chapter 7. 19%. Thoughts and opinions. It's good so far. Yes, it is. It's pop, locking, and dropping. The things are happening. The wife, she already considers herself completely losing it, and so now does the boyfriend. The scene that I want to talk about, and then I'm not going to do no more check-ins until I get to the 50% mark because I don't want to give too much away, because it is a lot going on, and the thrilling is thrilling. Okay, the horror is horror. It's not like giving me the spookies, but it's like, really? Like, I would have been gone. Okay, so the wife done starts talking to somebody. She keeps waking up the husband, telling the husband somebody's outside the door, somebody's outside. She hearing stuff. Husband go out there to inspect. It's nothing there, right? We had the incident when they sitting around and like some hits the window. They both hear it. So now the husband is investigating. The wife, she's freaking out. The boyfriend goes around and he's looking out the window and he sees a woman looking in the freaking window. And then on top of that, the woman's voice remind him of his mother, and his mother is living. And then the voice that the girlfriend is having is the voice of her grandpa, and he's passed away. Crazy. I'm telling you, would have been gone. So she like, no, we need to get up out of here. So the husband done called the sheriff. get me out of here, trying to, whatever. The sheriff is like, are y'all okay? Is anybody in danger? Y'all got food, water? I would have said no to all of the above. Come and get me. Send a helicopter. Evacuate me if I don't care, because the roads is frozen now, so they can't go nowhere. The little rental car they got is frozen over, so they can't move it. I would have been like, no water, no heat, no nothing. We in here freezing. Somebody come rescue me and get me up out of here. So he's like, the sheriff is like, it's supposed to melt a little bit smaller. We'll try to come out there, because they tried to come out there, but the roads was frozen. So now it's seeming like they got to make it another day. Now, so he gets off the phone. This is the part that got me shook. He gets off the phone with the sheriff or whatever, and the wife is still up there sleeping, because she is just not, she not there. So he goes up to check on her in the bedroom, and she's not there. So he's like, where's she at or whatever? And he happens to peer out a window, and he sees, he thinks that she's sleepwalking somewhere. He sees a woman outside, no clothes on, by the car. He think it's his girlfriend, Faye. So he go out there to inspect. Faye, what's going on? What you doing? Woo to woo? She ain't saying nothing. And once he gets close to her, she like walks past him and takes off to the woods. And he's like, well, I gotta go get her. I gotta try to wake her up. I usually don't try to wake her up while they're sleepwalking. You know what they say, in the midst of sleepwalking, don't try to wake them up. So he's just gonna follow her, to make sure she's okay and bring her back. But she don't have no clothes on. So it's kind of like, do I wake her, or what do I do? So, she walks past him going into the woods, and he's Faye, whatever, going after her. And then somebody calls his name, and he turns around, and it's Faye. And she looking at him like, what are you doing? Because she don't see what he see. So he just like, I feel like the woods was trying to lure me in there. Yes. Stay away. Stop trying to go outside. Stop trying to investigate. Like, if you can't get up out of there, you're going to have to wait for that. I would be in the bathroom waiting for that additional day. Like, I'm not going to go exploring and carrying on. He got a gun. It's me, the gun in this. You come through the door, I'm shooting. So that was crazy to me. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not going to give no more away, because it is a whole lot of stuff going on. And if you are interested in reading it, then I want you to be able to experience it. So I'm going to do my check-in at 50%. May do a brief little rundown of some highlighted stuff. Ooh. Mind you, I just had surgery, so they hurt. I do a check-in at 50%, and then we go from there. See y'all in a bit. Hey y'all, let's wrap it up. It's been a couple of days since I done finished the book, and I've been sitting on my thoughts and still can't give it a rating. I know. So the dilemma is that I really liked the first half of the book, and then towards the end, when they was trying to wrap it up, it lost me. Like Felix, it was like Felix was trying to, I don't know, come up with a solution that would satisfy the audiences, but it wasn't here. Like he or she, I don't even know if it's a male or female, they went all the way left with. I don't know. At some point, Felix deep dived into a whole discussion trying to, get the reader to see where he was coming from. Like, why do we have pages of you trying to convince us that this was the right move for the book? So the end of it it lost me, y'all. Like, I was here for the first part. I was here for the middle. But when they were trying to sum it up, I was like, what we doing? Like, and then it just started coming in a little choppy. Like, in one scene, the wife wasn't with the husband, and then all of a sudden she's there. Like, how did she get there? Not one time did you say that she was driving, that you had a conversation with her. She was en route, nothing. She just popped up in the page. It's like, I'm here. And then you seen it was something suspicious still going on with it, and you just continued to go along like this was really her. Like, I think that at the beginning of the book, Felix was on it. Felix was on it, okay? I was here for it. And then the latter half, it was like, okay, I'm done with my thoughts. I don't know how I'm going to sum it up, so I'm just going to play it like this. So I don't know, y'all. Stolen Sons, like I said, I like my horror a little more realistic. When the monsters and things start coming in and it's just not making sense, like you the only person that can see said monster and you out in the general public and y'all are fighting and can't nobody see it except for you, like what we doing? At the very least, I will give it a 3. I may even give it a 3. I will give it a 3. The ending lost me though. Like the beginning and the middle, I was in it to win it. Like I was tapping on that Kindle, y'all. I was tapping. And in the end, I was still tapping, but I was like, maybe it's gone, and it didn't. So I don't know, y'all. Would I recommend to read it? I mean, it's free. So if you ain't got nothing to do and you into horror and you like something that has like monsters and, you know, like other entities that's not really realistic, then go for it. But for me, I would give it a 3. I'm giving it a 3 stars. You got 3 stars for me, Felix, okay? So yeah, y'all, I hope that y'all enjoyed the reading vlog. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment box if you guys have ever read the book and what were your thoughts and opinions on said book. Like, comment, and subscribe like always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.